Hey everyone, Infinite Kaz here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the longest range Splatling in the game, the Hydra Splatling. At a glance, you might struggle to see what makes the Hydra so terrifying, as it's very slow and has by far the longest charge time of any weapon. Its mechanics are more complicated than other Splatlings, as its damage and range are affected depending on how much you charge up before firing. It has a max range of 85, which allows it to outrange the vast majority of weapons, excluding splat charges and e-liters. This makes it very easy to fight opponents inside your range, proving you have a full charge ready when you engage with them. A common tactic Hydra players will use is to wait behind the wall, charge up, and then reveal themselves before quickly splatting the next unsuspecting victim. This works because after full charge, the Hydra deals 40 damage per hit, more than enough to 3-shot. Also, the extremely fast fire rate allows you to deal with flankers such as Julies or the end zaps easily. The Hydra has two kits. The vanilla comes with auto bomb and splashdown, which allows you to pressure your opponent with bombs, as well as detect if anyone is in an area. The splashdown can be used to turn unfavourable 1v1s round and strengthen a push if you super jump in before using your special. The alternate kit, the custom Hydra Splatling, is the more commonly seen variant of the two. Its sub is nothing special, but Ink Mind can be useful to place in common flank paths and tag anyone trying to sneak around. The real reason why the custom Hydra is so scary is its ink armor. This special is amazing support for you and your teammate, and with the Hydra's range is very affordable. Due to the Hydra's range and defensive capabilities, it's a solid choice when looking for a backliner. You never want to be too near the action, as being caught off guard means certain death. Instead, you want to focus on the objective, watching for flanks and getting picks when necessary. There will be many occasions where you, the Hydra player, are the last person alive on your team. In this situation, you'll want to find a safe jumping point for everyone, so you can counter whatever pushes coming your way. Because you shouldn't be focusing on kills, it's important to concentrate on map control, especially in mid. This defensive playstyle will also allow you to charge your special frequently, which can help turn a push around or defend against the other team. The Hydra excels in splat zones, as it can easily defend the zone from anyone trying to rush in. I recommend focusing on the objective at all times, and focus on assisting your teammates when pushing into the zone. This kind of playstyle complements the Hydra, and works best as the objective never moves. In tower control, the Hydra is the perfect weapon to ride the tower with, mainly because the tower automatically moves and you can easily pick off people trying to kill you. When you first get on the tower, charge up and hold it for as long as you need. This makes you less vulnerable when pushing and allows you to easily deal with flanks and clumps of enemies. But being on the tower makes you a huge target for snipers. They can easily peek out from behind a corner and splat you before you have a chance to react. But because you move so slow, stingrays are very strong against you. This makes it vital to move unpredictably if one is chasing you from the tower. The Hydra's defensive capabilities truly shine through when targeting the tower, as you don't need to be as accurate as a sniper, which allows you to follow anyone trying to escape from your sights. The Hydra struggles more in Rainmaker, but that doesn't mean it's bad. To play effectively in this mode, it's important to adapt your playstyle to a more offensive type to complement the objective. You should always try and push with the Rainmaker, protecting it at all costs, while your more offensive players paint a path and kill anyone trying to jump you. A huge disadvantage of the Hydra in this mode is it's weak to the Rainmaker itself because it's so slow. If you see the Rainmaker target you, it's vital to take it out as quick as you can to avoid getting splattered. Similar to Rainmaker, the Hydra is at a disadvantage in Clam Blitz, but this time other backlines are in a similar boat, as chargers are not a good pick for this mode either. The Hydra excels at defending the basket, but isn't good at helping to push, as it has reduced swim speed and doesn't paint fast. If you want to play the Hydra effectively in Clam, it's best to focus on holding mid control and building up clams for your more aggressive teammates. You may want to use a vanilla to super jump splashdown next to the basket, distracting the other team and potentially getting a splat or two. If you use the custom, the best thing to do is to throw your clams forward for your teammates and focus on getting picks while everyone else focuses on the objective. When picking gear abilities for the Hydra, it's important to consider how you want to play. Do you want to focus on your special? If so, then use some special charge and power up. Or maybe you want to increase mobility and ink consumption. Try some run/swim speed and ink saver main. It's important to find a set that works for you, but there are some abilities you may want more than others. Like every Splatling, run speed is very useful, which gives the Hydra that much needed mobility in close range situations and when changing position with her full charge. The Hydra is also very ink hungry, so some ink recovery and saver can go a long way. You also may want to run Tenacity or Respawn Punisher, as the Hydra is often very disconnected from the action and you should die the least. If you are running the custom, Special Power Up is very effective with ink armor, as it increases duration and decreases the time it takes to activate. On the other hand, some abilities you may want to avoid wearing include quick respawn and combat, as you shouldn't be dying enough to make the slots you use worth it. While Ink Saver Sub is good on the vanilla, you should avoid it on the custom, as ink mines are not used in pinch situations. When I use the Hydra, I often focus on my special, with some run speed to increase mobility. If I use the vanilla, I often go for a double auto bomb set for extra pressure, as well as some quick super jump and ink recovery. The Hydra certainly won't be everyone's cup of tea, as its lack of mobility and defensive playstyle takes a lot of patience to master, but in the right hands it's a monster. If you want to learn this weapon, I would recommend getting used to other Splatlings, specifically the heavy or the ballpoint, to get a feel for its range and charge time. If you enjoy chargers, you should also enjoy the Hydra. With its impressive range and accurate fire, it's a sniper for those who can't snipe. That's why I also recommend it as a gateway charger if you don't feel confident with the weapon class but can use Splatlings. You should treat it like a sniper in many situations, but don't be afraid to play more aggressively against many midlines and slayers if you see an opportunity, especially in solo rank. However, you may want to focus more on support when playing with a team, as you should be focusing on callouts and defense. In conclusion, I advise everyone to give this weapon a chance, as it's often looked over by a vast majority of players. When I first picked it up, I had no idea I would like it, but over time I started to understand its mechanics, and now it's the weapon I always fall back on.